and that's okay. No, it's a trade off me, goddamn. My cousin ain't right. That's okay. No, it's a trade off for me. It's not. I am not your genuine respect, and I never gave anybody permission to use my creativity as their own, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. To the genuine ones with no malicious intentions, I truly hope that you continue to find peace within regards to who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. And I say that respectfully. You matter and you are worthy. Regardless to who gave up on you, overlooked you, disrespected you, made you feel like you wasn't worthy. The vocabulary allows you to go within. Maturity hits different. You back in your body where you're not your shoe size. It was never competition. They would never understand elevation when you actually meant what you said that day to come out your comfort zone. Hold on 1 second. You wasn't trying to destroy your character another day, becoming your worst enemy. They would never understand the faith that God endured with you. It allow you to recognize your worth, that you was truly worthy, not to be misunderstood by folks that don't understand how to love you. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. And I say that respectfully. Today is currently May 16th, 2025. And it's currently 12:50 p.m. Today's Friday. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Respects up, hates down, respects up, hates down. You know, stop the violence, neighbor, stop the violence. Didn't matter your age or your culture, your religion. Project the pain, hold on 1 second. Folks can't relate to you because they overlooked you. The disrespect was loud. You didn't have to get physical. It being a train of thought for me. Why would you want to lose yourself being a blessing to yourself only to to hold on 1 second? You are truly worthy. You are worthy. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Someone's asking for someone to be prayed over today. They just lost a loved one. They don't understand their home pain. And when it comes to their mental health, hold on 1 second. Could you please show up for me? I got folks that's overlooking me. They just want to shortchange me when it comes to my pockets. I just want to be emotionally available to the right people. Because the energy is different when you got the wrong folks around you. You know, because certain folks will take your vulnerability at the moment when you're going through trials and tribulations in life. Just to disrespect you, get you out of pocket at the end of the day. You know, I mean, literally. They would try to shortchange you when it comes to your mental health, saying that you crazy, slow, stupid, retarded, but you just lost a loved one. It was the devil knocking. It was the enemy knocking. He was a child of God. Even when you got discouraged, you didn't know how to go within. How can I believe in my faith if the enemy trying to shortchange me, the devil trying to shortchange me when it comes to my mental health? You ever got lost in your words and certain folks didn't understand you? Nine ten is on the phone again. How can I help you? What's the emergency? So I can understand and be on the same page with you. Please hold down, slow down, slow down. I can hear you, but I barely can hear you. What do you mean? A child's life is taking a day. Respects up, hates down, respects up, hates down. What happened to knuckling up? It didn't matter if you was on a ball court. Didn't matter what block you was on, but why you had to psych some out their free will. Or because you lacked to understand your mental health. It'd be the train of thought for me. Didn't matter if you had a moms and pops in the household, because certain folks can raise you to be the best self vision of yourself, and only because you lost control. How this type of stuff actually happens. It be chicks and dudes that be having this mindset. They think they the biggest bully of them all at the end of the day until they in a situation where they can't take back. I'm only a baby. But the judge don't give a fuck about you. What do you mean? Your lawyer doesn't care either. What do you mean? You're about to be charged as an adult because you just shorted someone's life. or because you lack self-control when it came to discipline. You forgot to treat you right. How many times you gonna have these same conversations at the end of the day, only to realize it was your last conversation that you would go within? Now you're mentally unstable, truly disturbed. How this type of stuff actually happens when it's too late. I love myself. I just want to become my best self vision of myself. I want to be a teacher, a doctor, a lawyer. Hold on 1 second. Maybe a psychiatrist, a counselor. Who knew? Who'da knew? Maybe a police officer. You know, everybody's not the same. I heard bad things, but who would have knew that God would have chose me to understand I could be my best self vision of myself? Because I had a plan. You know, between the ages of, let's say, 10, 9, 8, you know, what do you want to be when you grow up? You know, when it actually makes sense at the end of the day. You ever got that book from your child and they told you, hold on 1 second, I want to be this, and you like, wow. No, it'd be the train of thought for me. Only to realize you was truly the biggest cheerleader, but certain folks is truly not a parent at the end of the day, regardless of their predicament. And I say that respectfully. Imagine being a parent that's actually showing up for their baby every single day, showing them they could better themselves, only to realize the hold on 1 second. It went from a dream to a nightmare. How their life just changed within a split of a second, or because someone lacked self-control when it came to discipline. It didn't matter if someone had a one-family household or two-family household. They disturbed the innocent person's peace, and that was your baby that day. I don't wish bad on nobody, but goddamn, how this happen? How this become the norm? It be the train of thought for me. When your baby didn't have to do nothing wrong. They was just going from point A to Z, mind their business. Something that you always told them. You know, be yourself, maintain that smile. I'm truly proud of you. Continue to be better, your best self vision of yourself, even when they try to shortchange you. You know, the disrespect was loud, the bullying was real. But you always knew how to maintain your baby's smile. You was protecting your baby from the world as much as you could, but hold on 1 second. Who would have knew that would have been last year? That would have been your last phone call. That would have been your last hug. Or you would have wished you would have hugged them that day. But you was such in a rush, but you forgot to go within and realize, hold on 1 second. I would never hug my baby the same. Wow, how this type of stuff actually happens. When you wasn't doing it for clout and views. Imagine having a roof over your head, having a job going from point A to Z, only to realize you lost everything with a split of a second because someone took them from you, only to realize you ended up on the streets. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same because trauma and pain can really put you in a bad predicament. Only to realize the hold on 1 second. How can I change? You know, with certain people that be walking around that just lost a loved one, they won't never understand another day that hold on 1 second. I will never be mentally stable again. Certain folks will disrespect them out loud to see them frown, will kick them down, hold on 1 second. Won't even see if they're okay. Or because they lost a loved one. It even hits even more worse, especially when it was their child. You know, everybody's walk of life ain't the same. And especially when you don't got the proper emotional support team around you. Because certain folks be like they live in their life, they overlooked you. How this type of stuff actually happens, it may not happen in your house, but it happened in someone else's household that didn't have the proper guidance, the proper strength at the end of the day, because everybody was wearing their mask. All they wanted to do was suck them out their pockets. How this type of stuff actually happens. And you got them certain families at the end of the day, I'm rooting for you every single day to get justice. The energy is different. We got your back days when you can't see. We got your back. We checking on you good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. You would never have another good day, but hold on 1 second. We got your back to still try to maintain that. Hold on 1 second. You are still worthy. Did it have to matter was a mother and father? Because you know it's aunts and uncles and cousins and loved ones that actually raise a baby, you know, to their best ability. Even when they don't have the funds to do so, but they actually make a way to make sure their baby's okay. You know, because some children get lost in the system. And it's always that one family that actually shows up with good intentions, not to hurt them, but only to realize they lost the love. Hold on 1 second. The one they can truly count on, the emotional support team, because they never had love. You know, because you know, when you have that family at the end of the day, it's always that one person that's going to be by your side, only to realize that, hold on 1 second, your life changed forever. Because your family was shit. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. What's your story? It be the train of thought for me. That baby was an angel to you, got you, made you feel like you had to get your life together so you could be there for them. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. Certain folks would never understand your love language. Hold on 1 second. You truly had good intentions. Folks saw how you got up from point A to Z, making sure that you did your best, only to realize they took something that truly was precious to you that day. How the devil was knocking on your door, and you swear up at the end of the day was your fault, or because someone did somebody wrong, the one that you love, only to realize because someone lacked self-control when it came to discipline. Didn't matter someone's household situation. How this type of stuff actually happens. I'm not here to love respect that my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Right hook, left hook, damn neighbor. All that hate and envy within you, didn't matter your age or time and date. You had to snatch somebody fake change only to realize that damn, you shortchanged yourself on your mental health. Trying to exchange at the end of the day, all you got was $5 for it. You had to trade off you big jackass disturbing someone's goddamn peace. You just took someone's life. Or because you didn't have confidence at the end of the day to understand your own lane, to get it yourself. It'd be the train of thought for me. How you shortchanged somebody because they was flossing, only to realize the Jew was saying at the end of the day, it was worth nothing. It'd be the train of thought for me, how this type of stuff actually happens. How people be wearing jewelry. Hold on one second, who would have knew that the Lord had been calling? Because someone's loved one life was taken. And I don't mean no disrespect, because the stuff actually happens a lot and it's such bad habits. Because someone lacks self-control when it comes to discipline. The innocent person didn't have to do nothing. It's just folks just walking around with jealousy and hate, envy mindset, wanting to sex them their pockets or their eyesight or their free will, because they lack self-confidence. How it took a whole group of people in different communities to go up against one person. The jealousy and envy was real, but they keep saying that they so real. But they rather kick somebody down until it's their household and go on 1 second they mentally unstable when it comes to being mentally ill. It'd be the train of thought for me. How people pick and choose who they want to bully until, hold on 1 second, they truly discouraged. They not understanding how someone took their loved one. And the same thing that they doing behind closed doors, hold on 1 second, actually happened to them. Karma. It'd be the train of thought for me. What a disaster. How this type of stuff actually happens. Didn't matter about someone's culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age. Someone had a nice pair of kicks on. Someone to shortchange the innocent person to do the wrong. It was somebody's child. Didn't matter how old they was at the end of the day. For someone to do someone wrong, like, hold on 1 second, everybody's like, wow. Or because someone was truly fly. On their worst day, going from point A to Z, someone was truly worried about their pockets. Only because they had a little couple of dollars, didn't matter their tax, but at the end, they was just going from point A to Z, and someone was trying to size them up to suck up their free will when it came to their conscience. Or because someone gave somebody a gift. Or because someone was able to provide something for somebody, or somebody went out there and got it on their own in the right way. They was actually moving out of faith. They was going from point A to Z. Hold on 1 second. They didn't reject themselves that day until someone tried to shortchange them when it came to their peace. Hold on 1 second. The innocent person got shortchanged when it came to their peace, because they was truly at peace with themselves, even when they had good days, bad days, misunderstanding days. It was balanced to acknowledge they was truly worthy to go within, even days if they didn't feel beautiful. It'd be the train of thought for me. They ain't have drama in these streets. They wasn't disrespecting their neighbor right to left. It'd be the train of thought for me. How this type of stuff actually happens. It doesn't matter who it was that day. Just because it wasn't your household, it was somebody else's household. Folks be so grown, overly grown ass adults at the end of the day. Instead of fixing a narrative, they rather project the pain. Instead of saying, peace and respect, send respect your neighbor, stop the violence. Nah, that's lying them up. That's psych them out their free will. Fuck their opinion, psych them out their free will. Fuck their opinion, fuck their life. Ain't nobody coming to check for them anyway. How this type of stuff actually happens. It does. How someone feels that someone is so vulnerable, or someone is slow, stupid, and retarded. Someone is truly comfortable. They rather psych some out their free will, listen to he say, she say when it comes to somebody's fucking past. Only the rest of hold on 1 second, that motherfucker is love that never lasts, because a motherfucker at the end of the day, from somebody's past, and the innocent person actually walked away for all the right reasons, because they actually had hope, because God was showing them better days. A motherfucker will be so jealous and envy of the next motherfucker's pockets, let alone, hold on 1 second, they truly beautiful, to go within, the uniqueness within them. How someone could be so jealous of that. Someone could be so envious because someone dismissed them. And they wasn't trying to cause chaos and confusion, disturb that neighbor. But they understood at the end of the day, I'm worthy of choosing me, but you try to shortchange me in my life when it came to my intentions. How folks do this type of stuff, though. How you walk away from somebody's life, It doesn't matter what your sexual orientation is at the end of the day, or your disability, or your culture, your religion. I never heard to the point where it became the norm where you dismiss somebody out of your life. It should be no reason why they trying to rob you. It should be no reason why they trying to take your free will. You moved out their life, you moved out their way, whatever it should be. Move on with your life. You said they slow, stupid, and retarded. You said all this negative stuff about an innocent person, but all you want to do is do them wrong. You don't want them to elevate because you didn't want to choose them. Because you got control in this, you want to control the narrative. Then you want to blackmail somebody for them to catch your case, all because of the fact that you got hidden agendas. It be the train of thought for me. How this type of stuff actually happens. It doesn't matter what type of relationship it is. It doesn't. It doesn't matter if someone believes in God or not. Because a man or a woman or a child could be talking to somebody today or tomorrow, and they said, you know what? You're copying me too much. You're trying to take my character traits. I'm going to dismiss myself from you. You know, you're making me feel uncomfortable, so I'm going to dismiss myself from you. You're making me feel like this. You're making me feel like that. But everything is legit reasons, because when jealousy and envy is real, some people have to actually walk away to realize, hold on one second. I'm not about to explain myself to you while I'm dismissing you. I'm going to explain myself to God, from God, to protect me from you. That energy is different. And the whole entire time that these people that walked away, they never had hate, jealousy, and envy towards this innocent person that they looked at as an innocent person. Because, you know, regardless of what you're going through mentally, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But just leave me alone. It be the train of thought for me. How you want to do somebody wrong. How this type of stuff happens. And it goes from someone being dismissed out of somebody's life. Now they're frustrated, fighting the air. Now they want to shortchange an innocent person out of their life. Now they have to gather up different people in different area codes. Now a mother is worried. Now a father is worried. Now someone's sister or brother is worried. Someone's aunt is worried. Somebody's loved one is worried now. Because they know at the end of the day that this person is a good person. They don't bother nobody. They may listen to a little music. They may, you know, talk a little loud, but they would never hurt themselves or hurt others around them. You know, they don't speak to too many people because they know how people are. Because people act like they truly for them and only realize, hold on one second, they would use that against them. Because some people have that mindset. Because it happens. And for this individual to have family that love them, and certain individuals may not see them around, regardless to what the circumstances is, somebody loves somebody in this world. And when someone dismisses you out of their life, regardless of what type of relationship it is, regardless if you projected lust, regardless if you was in love with somebody, regardless to what relationship it was a business partner, it was an associate, it was a longtime friend, you thought that was your friend. When you remove somebody out your life, it should be no reason why that person should be plotting on your life. It should be no reason why that person should be psyching out your free will, your pockets, or your eyesight. A lot of people became the norm to say, you know what? It's okay to do our neighbor wrong because nobody's going to believe us. God is not real, or whatever the case may be. We could cover this crime up because this is type of stuff that actually happens within communities. When people are in cults, when people are followers. And it's disgusting to see grown-ass adults that's not acting a body weight, but they acting a shoe size. And these same people have children as well, because until I don't wish bad on nobody, but it should never have to wait until it goes into your household for you to realize, hold on one second, why somebody stole your child glasses off their face? Why somebody took your baby glasses off their face and stepped on it because out of jealousy and envy and hate? Or why somebody stole your children's shoes off their feet after you done worked so hard for them at the end of the day? It didn't matter if it was materialistic things or not. And the first thing you say is, you know what? I'll buy it again. But at the same time, too, now it's going to be a consistent thing that you got to keep repeating, doing something. Now you're fed up. You send your child to the schoolhouse or whatever the case may be. You don't send your child to the schoolhouse to be bullied. You don't send your child to the schoolhouse to be psyched at their free will when you're at work or you're on vacation and you're on your way back from vacation and you have somebody that's an adult that's watching your child and you get a phone call that, hold on one second, your life will never be the same. It'd be the train of thought for me. It should never have to wait until it's your household for you to realize that, hold on one second, this is not the norm. This is unacceptable. They say fake news is not real news until it happens in someone's household. It be the train of thought for me. It doesn't matter how old that child is. That's somebody's child. You got off the phone with somebody, you know they was going from point A to Z. They got on a train, they got on a bus, they got in a cab, they got in a vehicle. It should be no reason why they got out their vehicle and they're trying to enter into a building or into any establishment and be psyched at their free will. Because someone decides to have lack of self-control. Someone has lack of discipline problems. Because of the fact that people wake up and say, you know what? I want to have the mindset of having jealousy and hate and envy within me. Someone's household may not have more than the next person's household. You may be the one that's a provider, and you may be just a one-parent household. You may be a two-family household, and you may not be as much of a provider as the next person's household that has two people in it. But someone sees your child as being dressed properly. They may not have to have all the expensive things on, but they're well kept, and you make sure that they're nourished properly, and they're going from point A to Z, and someone is jealous of the fact that, hold on one second, I don't like the fact that your mother and father loves you. I don't like the fact that your mother and father take care of you. It doesn't matter how old someone is, because that's still somebody's child. How this type of stuff actually happens. And it's not the norm. It's not the norm, and there's nothing funny, cute, or attractive about hate crime or violence. And then certain communities, they stick together and they cover up these crimes. And that's why they can't be solved. Because you know why? The person that the detective is standing in front of is the person that probably did it. You got this family in this household, this family in that household. The child probably did it. And the mother's trying to cover for that child. And the father probably hid the body. How this type of stuff actually happens. And then when an innocent person speaks up, they're a snitch. Why are they a snitch? What happened to justice in the community? What happened to this wouldn't have happened if you would have just stayed in your lane, if you didn't have the mindset of having jealousy and hate and envy within you? It's just train of thought for me. I may not make sense to you, but I make sense to somebody. And bullyism is not cute or attractive at all. There's nothing funny about it. And especially when you go to the schoolhouse. It should be no reason why someone is threatening you to take out your free will. When your mother and your father send you off to school, and now you're in fear to go to school because someone's a punk and you don't have to do anything to them. Regardless to how you was dressing that day, if you was well kept dressed or you probably been wearing the same clothes every single day for the last 7 days. You didn't go to that schoolhouse to fit in. You went to that schoolhouse to get your education on. It'd be the train of thought for me. Now someone wants to threaten your life, but they can't put their hands up to fight you. And you're far from scared because you're willing to fight them back. But they're so scary that it took a whole group of people to go up against you, and you was just one person. And then when you start speaking up for yourself, they want to call you a snitch. Now it's making you feel like you're stressed out, you're dealing with depression, you're dealing with this, and you can't express yourself to your parents as to what just happened today in school. Until your mother or father gets a phone call and then you have to reevaluate your life down. The mother and father says, you know what? How long has this been going on? And you're such in fear to speak up for yourself, only to rest the hold on 1 second. It's been going on for a while. My content is not for everybody. It's not. Just because you don't like somebody or you're jealous or envious of someone financial stability may be better than yours, or someone may be more gifted than you, or someone has beautiful more features than you, it should be no reason why you ganging up in groups or having the mindset as to having somebody robbed or having someone cite that they free will or ganging up in groups and projecting spell work towards somebody, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And you said that you're mature regardless of your tax bracket. If you're so mature, you act your body weight, not your shoe size. You wouldn't sit there and hack somebody's devices. If you're so mature and you're so grown, it don't matter what your situation is when it comes to your living environment. Because it's people at the end of the day that may not have a roof over their head, but they trying every single day to become their best self vision of themselves. That job opportunity probably wasn't for them. They didn't have the proper potentials to show up for that job, but they have potentials when it comes to different situations in their life that they actually know how to do a certain job duty better than the next person. Someone that probably been on a job site for over 20, 30, 40 years, that person could go on a job site and take everybody's position. But that's not what the person is trying to do. That person is trying to be fair with life itself. But when life is not fair to you, it's like, dang, why would you want to disrespect me when I'm trying to pick myself up? Why would you want to disrespect me when I'm trying to maintain the proper nourishments to put in my stomach so I won't be mentally unstable? I know how to respect my neighbor, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. How this type of stuff actually happens. It doesn't matter if someone's in a shelter, if someone's sleeping on the street. It doesn't matter what type of program is paying for someone's rent to have over their head. It's certain individuals that's trying to get out of certain situations so they can better themselves. And then someone sees somebody's competition and they want to kick the next person down. And then they sit here and say, oh, that person is just nothing but a crybaby. That person is just nothing but a snitch. That person is they slow, stupid, and retarded. But you see potential within somebody, so you had to project spell work on somebody. You had to gang stalk somebody, try to humiliate somebody, make them feel like they were supposed to live in fear because you didn't want someone to understand their faith when it comes to maturing, when it comes to growth, when it comes to elevation. Hold on one second. God actually had a plan for that child of God, regardless of how old they was. How individuals will put you in competition when you was never competing because you decided to choose you. It doesn't matter who taught you certain things in life. When it came to the healthy boundaries, when it came to the healthy hygienes, because people that wasn't taught certain things at the end of the day, you'd be so surprised. They had to learn it on their own. And there's some people that didn't decide to learn on their own. They're still waiting for somebody to show up. Everybody's mental health is not the same. People have good days, bad days, and misunderstanding days. People go through depression, anxiety, PTSD every single day, and everybody does not wear it well. And everybody does not wear it the same. But it's individuals who deal with depression, anxiety, PTSD. They don't have the mindset of having hate and jealousy and envy towards their neighbor. They don't have the mindset of sucking their neighbor out their free will when it comes to their mental health. They would never run from their past because they know how to take accountability for their actions. That energy is different. And they would never have the mindset of hacking somebody's devices. They would never have the mindset of gang stalking somebody, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. They would never have the mindset of trying to destiny swipe with somebody because they have their own potential. They have their own authenticity. They know somebody is truly not for them. They're going to continue to stay in their lane to understand elevation. Hold on one second. I knew that I wasn't in competition with my neighbor, but my neighbor looked at me in the eyesight and looked at me like competition when I was never competing to be in Olympics. I was understanding self-love. When it came to self-control, when it came to self-discipline, I wasn't trying to lose control. That is just different. Everybody wants to be a leader, but quick to be a follower. How you kick the next person down, but hold on one second, you don't understand your own mental health. You have to gather up in groups of people to kick somebody down. You can't even maintain your own mental health. It didn't matter your tax bracket. How you had all the hate and jealousy and envy within you, but you was wearing the mask so well. Only because, hold on one second, you forgot your own potential to go within extra hell, to love yourself properly. You had yourself in competition with someone that had confidence, that bothered your eyesight when it came to time and day. So you rather get them locked up, put them in a psych board, or because of the fact that someone truly believed in their faith. How this type of stuff happens when someone had to get physical with you that day. Someone actually meant what they said. I'm healing trauma and pain, and they wasn't doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. That energy is different. You know, healing childhood trauma is not easy. Healing trauma that went from your childhood going into your adulthood is not easy. It's not. And dealing with gang stalking, it's a lot of individuals that cannot speak up for themselves. It's a lot of people who dealt with hate crime that can't speak up for themselves. And you got individuals that saying, I don't care about my neighbor. My tax bracket look better than them. I got hate and jealousy within me. I see this person got potential. So I want to shortchange them of their mental health, and I want to paint them out to be crazy. Because I got control and how this type of stuff actually happens. All because someone's being an authentic self. Imagine you respecting somebody by staying in your lane. And never not one time did you have the mindset of having hate and jealousy and envy within you. But the first thing they wanted to do was kick you down, good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. And then when you speak up for yourself, you that's wrong. And then when you speak up for yourself, they have to gather up groups of people in different communities just to go up against you. All because they don't want someone to believe in you. You know, great minds that don't have hate within them, jealousy and envy within them, they think alike. They think alike to the point where we may not pray the same, but I know how to respect my neighbor. I know how to stay in my lane when it comes to my emotions being stable. I don't have the mindset of telling someone that they don't have potential. If you're not for me, you're not for me. It's okay to tell your neighbor, hey, you're going left today when you need to be going right. You're sitting there hurting yourself with words behind closed doors. Certain folks can't relate to you because they reject you. Then they put you in this mindset of making you become your own worst enemy because they're doing everything that's possible to make sure they dim somebody else's light just to make you comfortable. And that's not what you asked for. It'd be the train of thought for me how folks actually do this. How someone doesn't want someone to remove the light off of somebody, or somebody doesn't want someone to take somebody's spot. Let me tell you something. When you're a child of God, a real chosen one, a real divine one, when God creates a lane for you, that lane is personally designed for you and the people that's truly for you with no malicious intentions. Can't nobody ever trick you out of your spot when God gave you a lane. That energy is different when it comes to overcoming pain. Patience, time, and day. Elevation, faith. You know, certain people don't believe in God, and that's okay. But everybody does not pray the same. But there's individuals, regardless of someone's culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age, they still know how to respect their neighbor. They wouldn't sit here and say, you know what, I want to psych you at your free will. You're not for me. That's okay. We don't eat the same type of food. We don't have the same interests. It's okay. I may not like the same music you like, but I don't have to sit there and get you gang stalked, hack your devices, play with spoil towards you, energy harvest off your energy, or they don't try to destiny swipe with you, or they don't psych at your free will. I don't have to gather up groups of people in different area codes to project hate towards you. I don't have to project a group to go against you for certain people not to like you. You know, when you're not a follower and you're a real leader, you respect your neighbor good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. Somebody's not for you, you know how to move out the way. Somebody's not for you, you still know how to say, excuse me, thank you, no thank you. That energy is different. My content is not for everyone. You caught your blessing not to reject yourself. You caught your blessing not to reject yourself. Love yourself, better yourself, never dim your light. Love yourself, the better yourself, never dim your light. Hold on 1 second, neighbor, 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 neighbor. You want to try to catch a case, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. Because of a hater that day. They was trying to blackmail you, shortchange when it came to your attention span. They called you slow, stupid, and retarded. Only the rest to hold on 1 second. You actually knew how to go within. It'd be the train of thought for me. 1, 2, 3. How was emotionally unstable? That's what you said about me that day. All because I spoke up for myself. I didn't have folks rooting for me. I was my biggest cheerleader. Something that you can relate to. How I chose me not to overlook me. How I chose me not to dim my light when you discouraged me. You tried to. You said I didn't have potential, but I truly wasn't your issue. Understanding growth. Hold on 1 second. It was never competition. Neighbor, 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 neighbor. Stay in your lane, neighbor. Neighbor, neighbor, stay in your lane, neighbor. Confirmation. Confirmation. It's a train of thought for me. How the devil or the enemy would try to distract you. But when you're mentally protected by God, that energy is different. It would never be one lie told. You know why? Because when God chooses you, God is not overlooking you. When God shows up for you, they will never understand time and day. You know, the behind the scenes that you had to do when it comes to growth, it truly looks different. It really does. And it's not an overnight process when it comes to healing trauma and pain. I realize nowadays folks be trying to outdo you when it comes to healing trauma and pain, when it was never a race from the beginning. It was never a race. I wasn't competing to heal my trauma and pain. I just understood time and day. I still knew how to respect my neighbor when they overlooked me. I wasn't in competition because I was truly never competing. How someone will see that you have confidence and they thought that you're supposed to be a crash out because they they thought they was going to shortchange you of an opportunity or a blessing. Nobody can ever shortchange you of something that's truly for you. Because when something is truly for you, it will never bypass you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. It won't. Something that's truly for you will never bypass you. Like a healthy relationship. If that person is meant to be in your life, they will not overlook you. They will not mentally abuse you, verbally, physically, emotionally abuse you if they're truly for you. And especially if that individual heard and understand that where you came from, they're not trying to break your heart. They're not trying to make you emotionally unstable. They got your back good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. If that job opportunity was truly for you, that job is going to show up for you every single day. That job is going to make sure you're okay. And I say that respectfully. You know, everybody's boss ain't the same. But it be the train of thought for me at the end of the day when your neighbor wasn't looking at you, your neighbor wasn't looking at you like competition when they saw potential within you. They was just showing you, hold on one second, we could be on the same page. It was never competition. We ain't have hate in our vein. The energy is different. Or associates come into your life. They didn't just come into your life to blackmail you. They came into your life with good intentions. They didn't come into your life because they heard third-party conversations about you. They came into your life to acknowledge you. They came into your life to, hold on one second, we can actually grow to have a friendship. We can actually grow to be, level-headed, decent people in this world. To be able to go from point A to Z and knowing at the end of the day, I don't got to hurt my neighbor. It'd be the train of thought for me. How this type of stuff is the norm when the right people walk into your life, not do you wrong. You know, healing trauma and pain is not a race. And like I said, it's not. And it's disgusting to see how men and women will act their shoe size, not their body weight. And they will put someone in competition when it comes to healing trauma and pain when it was never a race. It wasn't. Because everybody's mental health is not the same. And if you were actually doing a proper healing, you wouldn't have within you to have hate, jealousy, and envy within you. You wouldn't have the mindset of hacking somebody's devices. You wouldn't have the mindset of gang stalking somebody. You wouldn't have the mindset of trying to energy harvest on someone's energy, trying to destiny swipe with somebody. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Did I say hack anybody's devices? It'd be the same thought for you. You would not have that mindset. You wouldn't have the mindset of having the mindset of being emotionally unstable and then act like you're there for your neighbor. And then all you're doing is trying to kick them down and have so much hate, just like when they free will. You wouldn't be emotionally unstable. You'll be balanced to recognize your neighbor is worthy of them going home to their family. You will understand that your neighbor is worthy of someone actually loving them. That energy is different. Why would you want to take your neighbor away from somebody that actually loves them, regardless to who you see around them or not? Because some people have this mindset when they don't see certain folks around certain people, they don't have nobody. But this whole entire time, they have an army behind them. It may not be physical. It may just be spiritual. It may not just be too spiritual, but it may be physical. It be the train of thought for me. How people make an assumption about somebody and then realize, hold on one second, there's somebody that actually cares about this person. Just because you don't see them on the regular, it's somebody that actually loves this person. Just like someone loves and cares about you. And if you have a household and you have some individuals in your household, they will want you to come home every single day. It should be no reason why someone should have to psych you out your free will because they're projecting jealousy and hate and envy towards you. It doesn't matter about your tax bracket. It don't. Because the most hurtful things to see nowadays is to see how it's been be a constant thing, how a mother and father or a family member just lost their loved one, regardless of how old that baby is, or because out of jealousy, or because someone get more money than somebody, someone dresses better than somebody. It be so much ignorant stuff. It be about materialistic things. 9 out of 10, it be about materialistic things. Or because someone lacks self-control. Okay, well, someone's bank account more better than yours, so you want to talk about their free will because someone dismissed you. So now because you know how someone actually acts when they're in a relationship, you know how someone operates when they actually love people around them, so you don't want them to love somebody and show up for people because they give gifts, they spoil people, they do this, they do that. So because they're not showing up for you no more, now you got controllers, now you want to shortchange them out their free will. It be a train of thought for me. How certain individuals saying that they're trying to build an establishment for their family. They're trying to build a legacy for their family. They're trying to do this for their family. It should be nobody that you ever come across in this world that you have to come across and have to have the mindset, hold on 1 second, I got to reevaluate my train of thought regardless if you ever had a conversation with them or not. It should be no reason why someone should have the mindset of jealousy and hate and envy regardless if they're addict or not, to want to psych some of their free will. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. It's a train of thought for me. It doesn't matter if someone's elderly or not. Because they're millionaire children, they're millionaire adults, and there's people, they're billionaires, millionaire, trillionaires that's walking around, and it doesn't matter about someone's financial stability. If they're just making minimum wage right now, and they're just trying to build up something for themselves. It shouldn't matter about someone's financial stability for someone to have the lack of confidence, the lack of self-control to want to shortchange somebody because, hold on 1 second, they don't understand how God is showing up for that innocent person. They don't understand why that person always get good luck. They don't understand why that person, why that person, why not me? How this type of stuff actually happens. It does, and it's so unhealthy. And it's more disgusting to see that it became the norm. It became the norm that a child's life is taken behind jealousy, hate, and envy. How someone was observing someone for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, or even longer than that, just to psych them out their free will. How it had to take multiple people to take someone's life, all because someone lacked self-control. And it's sad to say because it didn't matter if that person came from a family household or a 2-family household. It didn't matter. It really didn't. Because this type of stuff actually happens. Because a mother that has the proper mentors around their children, she didn't sign up for that one-sided conversation. She didn't sign up for her child to go out there and hurt somebody else's child. She didn't even look at her child to be like that. But then they started hanging out with the wrong people thinking it was the norm. Because this type of stuff actually happens. Trying to be with the cool kids. Or because the cool kids is hanging out with kids, at the end of the day, they don't understand the definition of being a cool kid. Everybody's definition of being a cool kid is different nowadays. You got folks want to say people their free will, being a cool kid. Then you got people want to play with sport work, being a cool kid. Then you got people trying to energy harvest people's energy, trying to dusty swipe with people, all types of stuff. Hacking devices to see someone every move, to talk about their free will. And then when someone speaks up for themselves, they snitch. But who would have knew that was going on with that person until someone's on the news, and then the first thing they're gonna say is they're gonna lie about the situation and say, oh well, this person probably had beef in the streets or something. This person probably this and that and this and that and this and that. It should never have to wait until it's too late. It shouldn't. And especially when children go to a schoolhouse and they're being bullied. And they didn't sign up for someone to psych them out their free will. Now someone's conscience will never be the same. They have to learn it all over again. That could be anybody's child, anybody's loved one. It don't matter how old that baby is, that's still somebody's baby. Because when you're a mother and a father, or you're a guardian, or you just care about somebody, that's always going to be your baby, however old they are. Because I'm pretty sure there's aunts and uncles and brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers and grandparents and uncles and grandparents and aunts and stuff. Regardless of how old that person is, that's going to always be your baby in your eyes. Regardless if they don't want to hear it or not. You my baby! You my baby! They be like, chill with all that. But you will always be somebody's baby. Like how time just fly. I remember when you just started first walking, you couldn't even pronounce your words properly. I only realized you walking so fast now. I only realized, hold on one second, you talking about you keeping it real now. No, Ed, the train on me, I gotta go. Nobody should have to lose their life because someone lacks self-control. Someone is having an identity crisis. Someone doesn't know how to be their authentic self. Someone is battling mental health problems in real life. Because for you to sit there and try to sex about their free will, you're having a mental health crisis. You are. Like a lot of these definitions of mental crisis awarenesses, the definition is truly backwards. It really is. Because there's a mother and a father that deals with depression. Doesn't matter their household. They deal with it. But I would never sit there and say, well, I'm going to put you in the psych ward, get you locked up. Because you're having a bad day. You just lost your life because you just lost, wow, I'm about to get into that in a minute. Somebody just lost their life because of the fact that someone didn't see potential within somebody. Because of the fact that someone got up every single day just to go for job hunting. And they were so overwhelmed. They was asking for help. It's one thing when you ask for help than to wear a mask for so long. There's a mother and father that deals with depression, anxiety, PTSD that would not hurt themselves. But they ask for the help. They ask for the proper tools for their household. They ask for the proper tools. How do we make this situation better? How can we fix this? How can we fix that? How can we fix that? And there's no answers. And all we hear is nothing but negative, 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 negative. People in competition with each other. People jealous of this person. People got hate and crime in this person. Stop, the violence is over here. This going over there. This going over here. It's so much going on at one time. It's like the root of the problem is still haven't been resolved. You get all these community organizations coming together, but the problem still didn't get resolved. It didn't. How can it possibly get resolved if you're saying at the end of the day, oh, we all stick together, but it should be no reason if you stick together, violence should not happen in your community. If you all stick together, it should be no reason why you're picking and choosing who you want to bully. It should be no reason, we all stick together within the community. It should never be no reason why you're so jealous and envious of somebody because they're more spiritually ranking than you. And then instead of you protecting someone spiritually, you'd rather go against the next person at the end of the day. That wasn't even doing nothing to you. It'd be the same thought for me. How people use their gifts for all the wrong reasons sometimes. They do. Because of jealousy and hate and envy. It's so real and it's so disgusting. Because certain things could have been prevented when you least expected. Instead of y'all plotting against that one person that y'all was so hooked on. And only was like, damn. You're making funeral arrangements. The community. Someone just lost their life. Our grandmother would never be the same. She's been raising that baby since he was born. The mother was strung out on drugs. The father, he barely showed up. The mother, she passed away when he's 10. The detective's trying to figure out who did it that day. Only to realize, hold on one second, the community couldn't speak up. But you saw for the community? You see everything else that ain't got nothing to do with you. But you didn't see that? And I mean everything else, meaning when you bully somebody. You put your energy into bullying somebody instead of paying attention to your neighbors. You wasn't paying attention to your neighbors. No, you wasn't. Because if you was truly paying attention to your neighbor, that crime would have never happened. That would have never happened at no cost. No cost. Because you know why? That was a good kid. That kid didn't bother nobody. That kid said hello to everybody. That kid had good days, bad days, just like the next person. It's days that you don't want to be bothered. You keep it pushing. They know that then they ain't no hate, no jealousy, no envy, none of that. Nah, we ain't got no beef. You know, I ain't gotta explain myself. You already know I'm keep it pushing. Like I'm in my own little world. I ain't trying to hurt myself or hurt nobody. How this type of stuff actually happens. But why should it become the norm? How people pick and choose who they want to target. And it's so disgusting that within the community, how people cover up crimes until it's their household. Until it's your household, now you want justice. But what happened to the justice when you was doing the crimes? You didn't care about somebody's life. It be the train of thought for me. How this type of stuff actually happens. It really does, and it's really disgusting. How someone can truly be spiritually gifted, but they use their gifts for all the right reasons, and because a new head is around the block or whatever the case may be, because you know y'all all stick together. Let's play with spoke on them. Let's manipulate them. Let's do this, let's do that. Let's do sex magic on them. And, oh, let's do this, let's do that. But this whole entire time, you could have been protecting your neighbor. This whole entire time, you could have been making sure everybody else was safe around your neighborhood. But you just thought to be a bully. I don't wish death on nobody. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Whatever you wished on me, I just hope you continue to find peace within your own lane, just away from me. And I say that respectfully. I don't play with spoken in a toxic way. I don't energy harvest people's energy. I don't destiny swipe with people. And I don't hack people with devices. And I don't gang stalk people. You know, every community is truly not for you. And that's okay. But when God sends the right people into your life, respect will be a two-way street. You know, the genuine respect would be real. You know, someone would truly be congratulating you on that job promotion. Someone would truly be congratulating you that, you know, you're bettering yourself for all the right reasons. Like everything is starting to work out in your favor. Regardless to what they got going on in their certain situation and their household may not be too put together. It's people that truly ain't got it too together. They truly be authentically rooting people on. They probably just got the last little meal in their refrigerator or the last little couple of dollars and change in their pocket, but they still knew how to respect their neighbor. They may not have all their bills paid off right now. They may not be able to do certain things like how they want to, but they still have the mindset of congratulating somebody, having respect for somebody. Not to have the mindset, okay, well, I know my finances are a little bent out of shape today. I ain't out here psyching people out their free will. I know when it's my time gonna come. I ain't got hate and jealousy in me. I'm gonna root you on. I'm gonna continue to root you on. I'm gonna continue to show you respect at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, I don't move like that because it's really whack. And it don't matter about someone's sexual orientation, disability, age, or religion. And I say that respectfully. It doesn't. It's so disgusting to see people competing with the next person because someone may be more gifted than somebody, or somebody may be more spiritual than somebody. Somebody may have more beautiful features than somebody. It just be a whole bunch of other stuff that like when the math ain't making sense, and then they like, then when the real people look back and look at themselves like, what's wrong with them? I don't know what the hell wrong with them either. It changed over me. I don't move like that. Me either. Because we all don't operate with the mindset of having hate and jealousy and envy within us. You're not for me. I know how to stay in my lane. I ain't going to sit here and plot against you to say that your free will, let alone your pockets. And one thing I don't do, confirmation, I don't run from my past. I don't. My past don't live my reality. My past be trying to bring it. My past be trying to make themselves become my reality. But my past don't live my reality. Because what individuals would do, because they want to dig up stuff on you, or regardless of who you knew at that time frame from you as a child, or whatever the case may be, these people are not even in your life. On an everyday basics. To know when you take a shit, when you eat, when you do this, not unless the next door neighbor in a different area goes telling your business. It'd be the train of thought for me. How when your childhood or your everyday activities, whoever dealt with you from your past, they don't know who you are today. And they would swear up and down that they truly know you, but they don't know you. And they would try to blackmail you. They would try to make people paint you out to be something you're truly not. All because you're maturing. And then they would sit there and act like they talked to you. They had conversations with you. They did this, they did that. They would make fake emails. They would even use your audio and duplicate it and act like they had a conversation with you. That's about the most sickest shit I ever seen in my goddamn life. What the fuck is wrong with people? Yo, y'all got too much time on your hands. No, for real, for real. Y'all's causing like slow, stupid, and retarded. Lord Jesus, you gotta get it together, baby. It's tanked on me. I gotta go. But how this type of stuff actually happens? It does. You know, when it comes to healing trauma and pain, it's not a race or an overnight process. It's not. You are worthy of choosing you not to overlook you. And when the right people walk into your life, regardless to what their circumstances is, they see you, they hear you, and they respect you. And they're not trying to psych you at your free will, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. They're not. They don't have the mindset of having hate within a vein. We may listen to different music. I don't hate you. You're not for me. And when you have the mindset of because someone doesn't like the same music as you, and they're projecting jealousy towards you, that's truly an issue. That person was only trying to protect themselves from you. It be the train of thought for me how this type of stuff actually happens. It does, and it's so disgusting. And it's more disgusting to see that men, or it doesn't matter what sex it is. It doesn't. Because when someone mask falls off, wow, that's crazy. When someone mask falls off, it just falls off when it comes to jealousy, hate, and envy. And it's sad, it's disgusting to see. It doesn't matter if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a tarot reader, if you're a YouTuber, if you're a doctor, a lawyer, a psychiatrist, a counselor, a dentist, a student, a firefighter, a police officer. It doesn't matter what you're doing right now. Respect is a two-way street. It really is. People be so concerned about hurting the next person. But then as soon as something happens into their household or someone that they love, that unstable, emotionally available, it truly starts to kick in like, I didn't sign up for this conversation. I didn't, neighbor. Everybody at some point in time lost somebody that they cared about. They have. And when you lose somebody that you care and love, you hold that dear to your heart. And some people lose loved ones in the most unhealthiest ways. In the most unhealthiest ways. And I don't wish that on nobody's life. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. For someone to be in a situation and they was a good dude, they was a good chick, or whatever the case may be. They mind their business. They could have been a little loud. They play loud music. They was just an authentic type of person. Like, certain people couldn't understand their character traits, but the ones who was truly for them got them. They understood them. They wasn't bothering nobody. They was trying to hurt themselves or others around them. And for them to go to bed one day and wake up the next day and start their day, and it didn't matter what time on the clock it actually was, for them to go outside and be psyched at their free will because someone lacked self-control. And especially to a mother and father, when you're raising your child, doesn't matter what community you're in. It doesn't matter what environment you're in, the suburbs or the city or whatever the case may be. Because there are some wicked people around here. It doesn't matter what environment it is. Because someone can be not your same culture and have so much hate towards your culture of people and want to psych them out their free will because they lack self-control. You send your child inside the store, God forbid. I don't wish bad on nobody, but it should be no reason why someone sends their child into a store, and this is a nice area. You pay decent money or whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter what the environment is, though. You send your child into the store, and you know, this is something regular that y'all do. You in your car just chilling, playing your little music. But the music now It didn't overpower what you just heard. And you could barely move because you like, I know I ain't just hear what I just heard. It should be no reason why someone's saying RIP to their child. Because someone lacks self-control. You know, hate crime is really real. It doesn't matter what environment someone lives in. It doesn't matter about someone's culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age. And it's sad and disgusting to see how people pick and choose who they want to protect. People pick and choose who they want to discriminate against. It doesn't matter about someone's sexual orientation. It doesn't. Stop the violence. Stop the hate crime. And it's more disturbing to see. You'd be so surprised that, you know, they say it's a certain culture that do certain things. But you'd be so surprised. You'd be so surprised to know it's not only just us. It's not. And I don't mean no disrespect, no shape or form. It's not only just us. How they quick to call certain folks ignorant, right? But you'd be so surprised that certain cultures overweigh the violence more than a certain culture that they least expected. Like there's room for saving. There's room for maturing. It's never too late. It's not. It's never too late. But healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process. It's not. You can disagree with me all day long. But it's certain individuals that don't care about their children. It's certain individuals that don't have family members that don't care about the next person's child at the end of the day, regardless to how old they are. And they'd rather shortchange someone else's child, and they will gather up in different communities just to take that person down. The things that I've seen and heard, it's disgusting. It doesn't matter about someone's culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age. You're saying that you're so mature, it doesn't matter about your tax bracket, but you're sitting here wanting to say something about their free will. You're sitting here wanting to gang stalk somebody, hack a device, but you're so mature. You're projecting spoke on somebody. And then because you have a group of people that can go up against one person, you want to label them crazy, slow, stupid, and retarded. And then you sit there and say, God is not real. God is real. God is real. We may not pray the same. I know how to respect my neighbor. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. And I say this respectfully. When you bully a group of people, it doesn't matter their culture, religion, sexual orientation, or disability. Don't hide your hands when someone says something back to you. Because you bully for a certain group of people for so long. And then when someone finally says something to you, now you want to project this mental health problem. Now you want to say, oh, well, they was talking about me, so that's why I did what I did. But you was bullying somebody for so long, so many years. You was bullying a certain community for so long, and now you want to hide your hands like, chill. I don't want to play no more. I don't want to bully you no more. No. All right. I'm at my match. I'm at my motherfucking match. And be the train of thought for me. Because that innocent person, regardless it was behind closed doors, as if they said something, they know how to say it in your face if they said something to you. Regardless to what he say, she say, he say, whatever the case may be, say. When someone got something to say, they will say it directly to you. Regardless of how thin the walls is at the end of the day, regardless of any neighborhood at the end of the day, someone is minding their business, speaking up for themselves. They didn't have malicious intentions. They were just minding their business. They could have been doing multiple things, and hold on one second, you probably was on this TV screen, and they made an assumption. It'd be the train of thought for me. Or someone made an assumption that they was on the phone with somebody and made an assumption because someone heard somebody's name. You know how many Timothys there are? You know how many Jeffs there are in the world? You know how many lies that there are in the world? There's so many people with the same name. How people pick and choose who they want to bully. It be the train of thought for me. How someone can bully a group of people for so many years. And then when someone said something or someone decides to repeat something to somebody because your name was mentioned, or you was on a TV screen, or you was on the phone and someone heard your name, they was on the phone together or something like that. Someone made an assumption and you took the narrative as they was talking about you. But you was talking about a community for a very long time as well too. Nobody disrespects you and nobody was even talking about you. It be the train of thought for me. How when we live in an environment that's so small, someone could be in a household watching TV, playing music at the same time, on the phone, cooking. You know, someone got to be diagnosed with ADHD. They don't. But for someone to relate a message to somebody else, and it's an assumption. Because you know how many people have the same names? Someone can have been watching something at the same time too, doing multiple things. People got 2, 3 TVs in their household. But for someone to tell someone a narrative that someone was talking about them, and one thing a person knows how to do is speak up for themselves, and then you have the mindset of having hate and envy and jealousy towards you to project it on that innocent person when they didn't even have to do anything to you. They never showed you that. And for someone to hack their devices, it tells a lot. They wasn't wrong for talking shit. They wasn't. It be the train of thought for me. There's so many people with the name Tiffany. There's so many people with the name Rebecca. I could be talking about a million fucking Rebeccas, and Rebecca's on the fucking TV. But her cousin's in the fucking next apartment. Or the apartment downstairs from me. I'm like, fuck you, bitch, you stupid ass bitch. But I'm doing something else. It be the train of thought for me. How people cause problems when it could have been resolved. People cause problems when it shouldn't have been a problem in the beginning. People pick and choose when they want to be loud in their unit. People pick and choose when they play loud music. But then they sit there and bully the innocent person when they pick and choose to. It be the train of thought for me. How it takes a whole community to go up against one person because they wanted to control the narrative. And this type of stuff actually happens. I seen an older woman. She moved into a neighborhood. Very decent young, I call it a young, older woman or whatever the case may be. She wasn't dirty, but they made an assumption that she was dirty. People pick and choose when they want to sage. Why she can't sage? People pick and choose when they want to clean. Why she can't clean? Why they disrespect her because she want to clean? She play her music. They want to bully her because she playing her music. They trying to get her locked up, put in the cycle because she play her music. But then people scream at different hours of the morning and day and evening or whatever the case may be. People pick and choose who they want to take the mindset of having control and issues over a narrative. Because you stick together as a community, you rather destroy someone's character traits. You try to paint them as to be a bad tenant. You try to paint them as to be a bad parent, a mother or father, whatever the case may be. They're unfit to be a parent. When that mother or father or however old they are, they're a well good parent. They show up for that child every single day. There's no neglect in the household. There's more than enough food in the household. There's medicine in the household. They have enough food, clothes. They have enough toiletries, things that they need, or they hygiene stuff. They have everything that they need. regardless to what that mother's circumstances is at the moment. She not trying to hurt herself or them children. And she makes sure them children at that schoolhouse, or even if they're not at that schoolhouse, she's making sure that they homeschool properly, and she's making sure she's checking in to whoever she need to check into to make sure these kids' education is where it needs to be. And it's a father like that as well too. How people pick and choose who they want to bully. Because someone decided to say, you know what? I may not deal with my family. I may not have much family. Regardless of what my circumstances is, it should be no reason why, because you're a certain culture and you stick together as a culture, you should be kicking the next person down because you feel like they don't fit in your community. It's a train of thought for me, but you quick to say you a god. A god does not kick the next god down. The next god elevates their next god. They don't have the mindset of having hate, jealousy, and envy in them. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. They don't. Because you know why? They already lost out on so much time. Now that they have another day within them, they just want to stay in elevation. Because everybody's not on the same mindset when it comes to maturing. Because you got people that's not maturing and they act like shoe size on their body weight. They do stuff for likes and views and clout chasing. They rather shortchange somebody when it comes to their mental health to get them locked up and put them in the psych board. All types of stuff. It be the train of thought for me. And the next God wouldn't want to strip a child from the next God. But when you put it in God's hands, the energy is different. But when you have the mindset of trying to bring harm towards somebody, be mindful when you call them a snitch. Because the same as well, you will hope someone would stick up for your child. You will hope that someone be able to there to defend your baby when they speak up for themselves when they're in that room. It's unacceptable. It doesn't matter about your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. When you said that you're a God, it's not that someone thinks that they're better than anybody, but how do we live in an environment and we can't even be at peace with ourselves? Because the next person wants to sex something free will. You have multiple different personalities around you. That's first and foremost. You got somebody who speaks loud. You have someone who has a soft tone voice. You have someone that's aggressive. But we all know how to handle each other and know how to deal with each other and know at the end of the day, it's not disrespectful how you're carrying yourself because you're not trying to hurt me. I understand your tone and how you talk. Regardless if you're having a good day, bad day, misunderstanding, this is how you talk. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, you're being an aggressive person towards me. You're disrespecting me because this is how you talk. Because it's certain individuals, regardless of their upbringings, everybody has a different tone in their voice. And some people may look at it like, you're being disrespectful, you're being belligerent, you're being this, you're being that, you're being this, you're being that. But hold on one second. You know, when God sends the right people into your life, they see you, hear you, and they respect you. You're not trying to hurt me, and I'm not trying to hurt my neighbor. The energy is different. I'm not going to sit here and try to blackmail you because of your tone of speech. That's how you talk all the time. You can tell the difference when you're agitated. When someone makes an assumption that you're agitated because of the way you talk. When you start jittering and certain things is not adding up because you start to stutter and stuff and it get a little bit more difficult for you to actually get your words together. That's when you know, hold on one second. Now you need to calm down, relax, go back to yourself. You're going to be okay because you have the right person that's talking to you. It's a train of thought for me. Certain people would assume because they don't know you, and just because someone doesn't know you, They're not trying to sleep with you. They're not trying to disrespect you. And they just respect you. That's it. They respect you. I don't need to know you for 20, 30, 40 years to know how you talk. You're not hurting me. I'm not hurting you. I hear you. It's a train of thought for me. And how some of these type of situations become from it being okay to now it just escalated so quick and fast because now you had the wrong person in your face. And now you got to speak to this person, speak to that person, speak to this person, speak to that person, because now they're labeling you as an uncomprehending person. Now they want to put you in a cyborg, get you locked up, because they sat there and labeled you. How this type of stuff actually happens. It don't matter about your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. How this type of stuff actually happens. Not everybody knows how to calm you down in certain situations. I hear people say, oh, well, if this person not around me, I ain't gonna be able to calm down because ain't nobody gonna be able to control me. Excuse me? Just because they overlooked you. The right person's not trying to hurt you. They see you, they hear you. Have a seat. What's going on? Talk. Not being aggressive with you. You're not being aggressive with me. Just speak. Express yourself. Everybody doesn't know how to express themselves. Because when you get the wrong person in your life, at that moment, it doesn't matter what the situation is. Now you start to shut down. Now you start to fall back like, I can't talk. How this type of stuff actually happens. I'm not aging in respect. I'm about to wrap this video up. And when it comes to my creativity, I say this respectfully. I get it from my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father God, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Today's Friday. Protect your energy and protect you and your family and stay out of trouble. Have a safe year, day, evening, weekend. You matter, you're worthy. My content is not for everybody, and that's okay. It's totally fine. I'm not begging nobody to like this video. I'm not begging nobody to subscribe. You can continue to shadow ban me all day long, but God, please continue to show the light on me. But one thing I'm going to continue to do is speak up for myself. You know, jealousy and hate and envy is really real, and it's so disgusting. It really is, and it has to take a group of people to go up against one person. It's so disgusting. It really is. It don't matter about your tax bracket. Your neighbor didn't have to do anything for you to have that mindset. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. You could just recognize somebody, just say hello to them. You could recognize somebody under a picture. You know, they said the best thing to do when you're a content creator is to engage, right? Only for it to be blackmailed against you. Who the fuck came up with these fucking rules? It's the trade on me. I didn't sign up for this bullshit. I gotta go. No, for real, for real. And then you try to say I'm slow, stupid, and retarded. Make it make sense, motherfucker. It's a trade over me. Y'all need some motherfucking help, for real. No, for real, for real. Now, respectfully, if you don't want people that you don't know engaging in your content, it needs to be a specific guideline as to that. It should be no reason why someone engages in a post or in a video and acknowledging the video, and then now this person's being gang stalked. Folks is hacking their devices. Folks is being projected. Someone projected a spell on an innocent person. Now you want to get someone locked up, put them in the sideboard. Now you want to shadow ban them. What the fuck is wrong with people? It's a change on me. Hello. Well, that's like saying you're watching TV and they ask you, hey, what's the viewing of the rate of the movie you just watched today? Did you like it? Are you interested? Are you engaging or whatever the case may be? And you say, hell no, it was a piece of shit. I didn't like it at all. The content was horrible. The quality was shit. No, for real, for real. It should be no reason why the director should be coming at me, right? Because I didn't like it. Everything is not for everybody. It was fucking boring. I said what I said. I gotta go. How this type of stuff actually happens. How because you disagree or you engage is being blackmailed against you. Now they want to block your channel. Wait, what happened? I can't watch any more stuff on here. What the fuck? And be the train of thought for me. When someone says that you don't have potential, don't give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. Because when the right people walk into your life, respect will be a two-way street. It won't be competition. They actually acknowledge you good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day, and they damn sure don't have hate in their vein when it comes to you. I'm Naya G on Love Respect. I'll be going live tomorrow. And yeah, I'm not 100% sure what time. But there's a trade on me. I gotta go. Always be yourself. Never allow someone to tell you because you're a lesbian or whatever your sexual orientation is that you can't allow your dreams to come true. You can't fulfill the shoes of being the best entrepreneur that you can be, or you can't succeed at doing something. Don't ever allow someone to tell you that you cannot become your best self vision of yourself being in the Olympics. And if you continue to try, practice makes perfect. It wasn't a lie. Because every single day you showed up, 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 and you decided to save your life. Never allow someone to tell you that you can't do something. How would you know if you can't do something if you don't try? Regardless if they try to blackmail you while you're doing it. Regardless if they try to send spirit towards you while you're doing it. And when you speak up for yourself, listen. You know what you endured. They're going to try to pull the crazy card on you all day long. Don't lose hope. Do not lose hope. And I say that respectfully. And when we don't pray the same, when God endures something within you when it comes to your creativity, when it comes to be authentic, it's going to be folks that's going to be so inspired by you. And they will sit there and take notes to try to be like you. Don't let that beat you up. Because you know why? God sees everything. And always remember, they say they on the way to the bank because they took your creativity and they said F you at the end of the day. But God never did. Because you know why? God continued to allow you to create, to go within. That's the blueprint that they cannot take away from you. When you truly spiritually gifted, you don't need no book. When you truly spiritually gifted, it's within you. It's not on you. You don't have to sit there and watch somebody else's content to be somebody that you're truly not. When you're truly authentic, the energy is different. You ain't got to sit there and say, oh, they copied me, they copied me, they copied me. If you're truly authentic, when God allows you to create, it's going within. You ain't got to take somebody else's storyline and make it your own to give likes and views off of it. Because when God endures something within you when it comes to your trauma and pain, and you decide to express yourself about something today, they would never understand. Hold on one second. God saw everything. God saw everything. Your heavenly mother and father, God saw everything. You know why he saw everything? By the time that they try to dig up something on you when it comes to your past, to try to humiliate you, to try to do a humiliation rituals towards you, you're supposed to be a crash out, right? They wanted to stop your finances. They wanted to do this. They wanted to do that. They wanted to do this. Imagine being on a job site, right? Regardless if you just started the job or not. Someone sees so much potential within you, they want to lie on your name to get you fired. They want to lie on your name and make you do extra work or whatever the case may be. But you're fit for the job, and you're mentally fit for it. Because everybody's trauma and pain ain't the same. It's not. It's some people that can't maintain. And when you've been through enough trauma and pain, you ain't trying to kick the next person down. No, you're not. And one thing you're not doing is running from your past. Because what happened, it really did happen. And one thing you don't got to do is lie. Regardless if that was a childhood friend that you knew, or somebody that you grew up with, or somebody from the community, whatever the case may be, they don't know who you are today. They don't. And one thing you don't do is run from who you are. Because that made you who you are. Becoming your biggest cheerleader, they would never understand that. Hold on one second. God works in mysterious ways. I can't stand fucking here. What the fuck? I can't stand here. Only if you knew, I can't stand this shit. This shit don't mean I gotta go. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. And never allow someone to discourage you because they lack self-control, they have self-esteem issues, and you was rooting for them. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. But they looked at you like competition. They was laughing at your pain. They was disrespecting you. And they wanted to even say that your free will. And you spoke up for yourself. That day when they was trying to rob you, trying to tell you to come hang out with us. Come hang out with us. Yeah. God saw everything. God was protecting you from the devil. Regardless if it was a content creator or not. It really train of thought for me. Leave innocent people alone. God sees everything. People was quick to say God is not real. They said it was a made-up thing. But God enough, but sure enough, keeping it real. And another thing, God is not for sale. And God has never been for sale. Never. When it comes to my creativity, I do not work with nobody, and I never did. I don't sit here and take bits to pieces and go to this content creator, that content creator, and make it my own. I don't do that. I create within. But I do know how to give respect when it's due. I'm far from a hater. Always be a leader, not a follower. Because being a follower at the end of the day, you're going to shortchange yourself. And I say that respectfully. And especially when a group of people have malicious intentions to psych some out their free will. Something that you didn't sign up for. Or certain conversations that you realize, and hold on one second. So you mean to tell me that I projected so much hate and jealousy and envy towards somebody, I even wanted to fight them because you mean to tell me that you was jealous of somebody? How this type of stuff actually happens. It does. And it's disgusting. And especially if you're a mother and a father, you wouldn't want somebody doing that to your child behind closed doors if they know them or not. Be mindful and wise acting your shoe side. You need to be more mentally beta and acting your body weight. Because the devil's truly a lie. He'll be the train of thought for me. Becoming your own worst me, you gotta find balance, acknowledge your worth that you truly is worthy. Not shortchanging yourself when it comes to your blessings, to project yourself. That energy is different, truly go within. Healing, trauma, and pain is not a race. I never said I thought I was better than anybody, but I still know how to respect my neighbor. When it comes to my creativity, I work alone. My devices are hacked, and they're still hacked. And more things are hacked as well. And one thing I don't have to do is lie. I don't have to lie. And today is currently May 16th, 2025. One thing I don't have to do is lie. And trust and believe God saw all of you. But you call yourself real and grown. It don't matter about your tax bracket. I ain't have to do anything besides be myself. I never was trying to hurt myself or hurt anybody. Never not one time did I say I was going to hurt anybody. Never. Always be yourself. That's the best love that you can give yourself is self-love. And what I'm not going to stop doing is put my creativity out there because I'm doing God's job. It's like people keep saying they, God, 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 right? But we all don't pray the same. And because we all don't pray the same, it's like people use it to manipulate situations, to bring people in. I don't do that. Because never not one time did I switch up. Never not one time did I have to say your name. Never not one time did I have to disrespect you. All I was doing was keeping it real. I was keeping the same energy that you was truly keeping. It's funny how when people project a certain energy towards you and you keep the same energy with them, they don't like it. And one thing I don't do is run from my past. I don't. It made me the woman I am today. And I say that respectfully. And I'm thankful. The pain was real. The trauma was really real. But I'm very so much thankful that I stand before myself today. And I'm not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. Not even a little bit. And it's sad and disgusting to see how people projected spell work towards me, or hacked my devices, or gang stalked me, or try to destiny swipe or energy harvest over my energy. These same individuals would never be able to walk a day in my shoes. Because I would never wish it on nobody. Nobody. Regardless of what the circumstances is. I wouldn't wish it on nobody. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. I never gave nobody permission to use my life to make money off of it. I never gave nobody permission to use my creativity to make money off of it. And I say that respectfully. I don't work with third-party conversations when it comes to my creativity, and I never did. Regardless of how much you blackmail me, disrespected me, or whatever the case may be, one thing I don't have to do is lie. And I say that respectfully. There's so many men and women that I came across that I would have loved to have worked with. Until to this day, they not one time disrespected me. They never not one time used my creativity as their own. They never not one time tried to manipulate me. They never not one time disrespected me. They never not one time used my creativity and made money off of it. Never not one time. But hold on one second. Maturity looks different on everybody when you understand growth. We're not the same. I'm far from a hater. And I say that respectfully. I'm not your genuine love respect, and my content is not for everyone. Peace and respect, say respect your neighbor, stop the violence. Humanity whether don't damn your light. Go you neighbor, don't damn your light. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. Stop the violence. Stop the violence. Justice for innocent people. Stop the hate crime. Stop the violence. There's nothing cute or attractive about it. Someone mourning the loss of a loved one, and they're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing, because there's families right now that are truly suffering in real life. There's families that's truly actually trying to figure out their mental health, how they're going to get money together to fix this and fix that. And even after those situations is actually fixed, that healing process is it's going to be decades before they actually heal, because they would never heal. You can show up for somebody, give them a couple of dollars for a funeral. You can show up for somebody and say that you got their back, but you would never understand that someone just truly lost a loved one. And they wasn't doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. I'm not your genuine love respect. I'm far from a cloud chaser. I'm far from a hater. Neighbor, stay in your life. As a chain over me, I gotta go. I'm not your genuine love respect. I do not have you with devices. I don't play with spoken in a toxic way. I don't energy harvest people's energy. I don't destiny swipe at anybody. And I don't play with spoken in a toxic way. And I'm far from a hater. And I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Always be yourself. And I say that respectfully. Even when they say that you ain't got potential, you truly wasn't the issue. Overcome the hold on one second. Who would have knew trauma and pain wasn't difficult? It wasn't difficult. It wasn't. You know why it wasn't difficult? Because God been by your side this whole entire time. Not one lie was told when you have to get physical. God gave you balance when it came to time and day, understanding your mental that you're truly worthy, not to lose yourself another day. That operation of self-love, it truly looks good, love. They would never understand the hold on 1 second. I was never competing. It was one day at a time. It wasn't a race, because you will forever heal. They would never understand that God didn't make a mistake when God allowed you to see your faith. I'm not aging on respect, and God is not for sale. And I don't wish the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day when I say my heavenly mother, my heavenly father, God, regardless of my sexual orientation. Thank you for your time. Have a good day.